maybe.
and stopping by that gotten us out for a few minutes today. We're joined not by one, but two Turners, Kourtney and Justin Turner. Thank you guys for stopping by and joining us.
Of course. Thanks for having
Absolutely.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So obviously we could talk baseball, but I want to start with something else. You guys have a foundation, and I'm kind of curious to know how you guys kind of started up the thing, because when it comes to philanthropic stuff, usually something kind of has to impact you to get it going, right? So like for me personally, the reason I do stuff, I have a kiddo that had brain cancer. Don't talk about it a lot. Do it all in private, and that's kind of what we've started this whole great give back thing. And you guys do a lot for the community, a lot, right? And everyone kind of goes through a different journey. So I was curious, what made you guys what prompted you guys to just give back as much as you guys have to the community?
Yeah. So, throughout my years playing in Major League Baseball with the Mets and the Dodgers, they've always done a great job of setting up appearances in hospitals, visiting kids, different activations around the cities and in communities to kind of get involved. And we've always really enjoyed doing that. And then in 2016, the Dream Center came to us and they said they wanted to open this veterans home, this homeless veterans program, but they needed to raise money to do that. And they asked us if we wanted to put together a golf tournament and call it the Justin Turner Golf Classic. And all the proceeds would go to help open this 25-bed men's veterans program. And we were absolutely on board with it. And I think we threw this tournament together in less than a month. Alysha, you were there. Out at Brookside.
Humble brag.
Yeah, it was freezing cold that morning, but it was a success. I think we raised close to like $65,000-$70,000, and Court and I were just in awe. We were like, man, if we pulled that off in a month, like we can do so much bigger and better things and impact so many more people, and we can do stuff on our own and not depend on the Dodgers to have to set up visits to these hospitals and different schools around the city. So that was really how the Justin Turner Foundation started. We kind of, got pushed into it and then fell in love with it while we were doing it.
No, that's absolutely cool, especially because it's a great cause, right? You're helping out, veterans. The Dream Center is a great entity. They do a lot for the community. The other thing I was curious about is there's a lot of wives, sports wives, because they have high profile husbands, all that stuff, that don't want to have their faces all over the place, right? They just kind of want to lay low. They do the private Instagram thing, which is fine because social media isn't real anyway. But I was kind of curious, Kourtney, what prompted you to kind of be the face, if you will, because you're out there, right? Everyone knows who Kourtney Turner is, especially with your podcast that you guys have as well.
Yeah, I think initially, and I still do this, I'll jump out of photos if we're at an event, and then I'll wait for someone to say, oh no, we want you in it, just because obviously I know people are more excited to meet Justin. But I think, I don't know, it just came naturally, just kind of sharing everything, allowing people to get a glimpse into our lives. I think it just makes everything more real and relatable. And I think a lot of times, I know some other wives are not as excited for the fan side of it at games when people come up to them and they'll say, why do they care about meeting me? And I say, you might be the closest they'll ever get to their favorite player, or maybe they admire you in the way you support, or you're a good mom. And I think, I don't know, like it's nothing for us to stop and say hi or get involved, or even with the foundation, put myself out there. And I think it just makes everything more, I don't know, impactful, relatable, real, whatever you want to call it.
Fair. Speaking of impactful, Alysha, you already humble bragged, so I mean you might as well jump
Just
in
let
here.
me have one humble brag. It was such an amazing turnout event. Really quickly back to that first. It was freezing cold. It was in the Valle, right? And it was windy. And we invited Oscar de la Hoya, and he's a diehard golfer. And he still talks about that tournament. Like he loved being there. He played well, and then he made a big fat donation because he just fell in love with what Justin was saying. Like he went there to golf, right, and to party and have a good time. That's what tournaments do. But ultimately, golf for good is the thing, and it got you guys so attached to giving back with everything. The golf tournament, the Dream Center, what you guys have coming up pretty soon. It is all for me a love letter, like you guys with your Kourtney and Justin with your with your association with Southern California, all you do for the community is like a love letter to Southern California. That's the best way I can explain it, because you don't have to do this stuff. You could even just write a check and never have to show up or anything. But no, you guys are always there. You're always with your families, your parents. Like, you guys just come from such good, solid foundations. Your love for Southern California is real. And now I want to talk about what's coming up in a few weeks, because I signed up for the trot. Tell us, can people still sign up, and what's it helping?
I have to say, you mentioned Oscar, and I remember being at the event and thinking it was this rinky-dink makeshift event, being like, oh my God, why is Oscar here? Like, that's crazy. We were very surprised by that. But yeah, we've come a long way. We have our Turner Trot 5K coming up on September 4th. Last year we did it, but it was virtual. So this year is the first one we're allowed to be taking it to the streets. So it starts at Dodger Stadium. We'll go down Sunset, along Echo Park Lake if you want to hop on a swang boat, and end up at the Dream Center, which is like a perfect, I just like the journey of Dodger Stadium to the Dream Center with, you know, thousands of supporters taking the streets and fundraising and being out there. I don't know. We were talking about how crazy to shut down Sunset Boulevard for our foundation. It's just going to be wild. So we're so excited. We're so excited. When I saw your name sign up, I was like, okay, she's it.
Yeah, we're super excited. I think I was challenging guys to come out with me. What do you guys say? You don't have to run it. That's why I love that you called it a trot, the Turners, because you can trot, you can walk, you know, whatever. You can salsa. Whatever, just get it done and get to the Dream Center, right?
Yeah, I'll be walking. I'll be jogging-ish. I'm still dealing with my hand injury, similar to Vasse's, but I'll be out there kind of walking along the course. I want people to bring their families out and just kind of enjoy it. And yeah, no pressure. No one has to make an Olympic time with their mile or anything.
Right. Just get to the Dream Center. And I love that all proceeds go there. You get a shirt. Can people still sign up? When is the last day to sign up?
We'll actually take registration probably right up to that morning, but we encourage people to sign up early. They can go to turnertrot.com. Just makes it easier on us so we don't have to be rush ordering t-shirts and medals at the last minute. So definitely eases a lot of pressure on us. But yeah, definitely more spots available for everyone that wants to come out and support. And if they're not in LA or they can't do it that day, we have a virtual option still, so they can sign up, get the shirt, the medal, all the goodies, and then just complete the 3.1 miles on their own wherever they're comfortable.
Yeah, guys, last year I did the virtual. I was in Mammoth with my parents. And so there I am by myself with my shirt. And then I was excited to take my picture with my medal. I was like,
yeah,
it's
that's
still
really
fun.
cool to see. Yeah, but it'll be much better to actually have a real finish line this year and have everyone out there all together.
Alonso, Juan, you guys want to do the trot with me?
Pressure.
I will definitely be there.
Yay!
Kourtney, last time we spoke was at Ping Pong for Purpose, and you shared with me that you're on Duolingo. So, ¿cómo va tu español?
Suerte.
We are an all Latino podcast. We're talking to the raza here, Kourtney. Do you know how? I mean, you're going to get street cred when everybody knows that you're a bilingüe.
I'm far from it. I took Japanese in high school. I just really totally missed out on that. And I'm on day 199 of the app. And it's so different when you have to apply it in a real life setting and try to do it. And it was funny. We're in Cabo and he's like, oh, but everyone obviously they're looking at you like, why are you speaking English at you're trying to get your table? But I'd be like, okay, una mesa para dos personas, por favor. And they're like,
there you go.
They're like table
wow,
for two.
What a gringa.
And I'm like, okay, but at least I don't know. I try. It's funny. I feel like you're good at it because you're around guys and you try to have your teammates speak Spanish only to me so I can pick it up. And playing in the Dominican, I feel like you picked up a lot of that, like the real life application of it, but it's so different on the app in bed. And I don't know. I need to get better about using it in person for sure. I'll work on it.
Well, I wanted to ask you about Women's Day because, as everyone knows, the wives, the partners, the women involved with all the Dodger players chose walk-up songs. And you chose the classic Wrecking Ball. We need to know how did that come about?
Okay, so we were in Cabo again, one of our favorite places. at dinner for the All-Star break. When was this? 2016 with Scott Casimir and his wife. And we were at this sushi restaurant, and there was this amazing string duo that was playing kind of like top 40 songs. And we heard them do Wrecking Ball. And we were just, I don't know, it just kind of caught us. And then we ended up getting married in Cabo. And I chose that song to walk down the aisle to. I just think Miley's out there. She's wacky, but I feel like I'm a little goofy, and Justin never tries to, dim my light or say tone it down. He just kind of lets me be me. So I thought it was a perfect song to kind of have that big moment walking down the aisle. And then funny story, there was a little glitch at our wedding, as you'll call it. And Justin actually wasn't at the end of the aisle. I was just walking towards oral at one point only. And so it just kind of like, I don't know, it marks the start of our marriage, but it also is just, I don't know, attached to a couple fun memories for us. You want to bail yourself out on
I feel like I have to elaborate. I feel like I have to elaborate on this story.
He wasn't like runaway groom or anything.
No,
I'm like,
So they had the wedding planners, I guess they had me like off to the side while everyone was like filing in or whatever, and the girl was playing her violin, and no one knew that she was walking down the aisle to Wrecking Ball. I was literally the only person that knew this. So I'm like sitting there, and all the music's going, blah blah blah, and then I hear her start cranking out Miley Cyrus, like Wrecking Ball. I'm like, oh crap. I said, hey, like this is the song she's walking down the aisle to. Shouldn't I be up there? And he's like, no, hold on. And he's like on his earpiece.
Secret
Should we get Justin up there? And he's like, man, they're not answering. I'm like, dude, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be up there. Like, this is what she's walking down the aisle to. He's like, no, one more second. Let me try to get a hold of him. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm going to miss my wedding if I don't get up there. And he's like, you know what? Just go. So I like come up the steps on the side. And by the time I get up to where like the ceremony is, everyone's standing up and facing the back because Court's getting ready to walk down.
I was already going.
And so I just like snuck up. The only people that saw me sneak in were my groomsmen because I walked right past them and then stood up by oral. And then as Court walked down and everyone turned around, I'm sure a lot of people were probably like, wait, how did he get up there? Because no one saw me come in.
It's a magic act. If you weren't up there, I would have had like 150 of my closest friends and family and a really great party if you would have bailed on me.
Sure.
I love it.
I want to segue to some controversy on Women's Day. That homewrecker, Maybelle Blair, and how she basically sexually harassed Justin on the pitcher's mound. I will say this before I get to your guys' response. I do love your response, Kourtney. You were a savage. Babyface, I think you have it, right? I thought that was classic, but Justin, you were such a good sport. Did you expect her to just, I mean, I was at the game and literally everybody was like, what is happening right now?
I got so many texts.
Yeah, so I ran out there. I didn't talk to her before we went out there. I came out, excuse me, I came out to catch the first pitch. And when I squatted down, she yelled at me. She's like, you better make me look good.
Oh, you framed it well.
And I was like, all right, Maybelle. I was like, I got you. And she threw it. And it was a good first pitch. I mean, she's 94 years old, 95 years old. Yeah. I mean, quality first pitch.
Right.
And I catch it and I frame it. And I was like, I told you I'd make you look good. And when I go out there, I go to hand her the ball. And I'm like, nice job, Maybelle. Way to go. And then she just starts like caressing my beard. And she's like, oh, it looks so much better when it's short. I don't know what that crap was in 2017.
I think old ladies get away with a lot. You've had a lot of players say like, oh, my grandma loves you. And then they come over and they're like rubbing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no one like bats an eye at them. They just get away with whatever they want.
So here's the thing. Growing up as a ginger, a redhead, I had literally everyone's grandma would come up to me and be like, oh my gosh, I love your hair. I just wish I could get that color in a bottle. Every single one. It is crazy. Everyone wants my hair color.
As a person that's married to a ginger, I can confirm that's a thing. Like it happens all the like random people will come up to my wife and be like, "Oh, your hair is so beautiful. I wish I could. Can I touch it?" And it's just like, "What? I don't know you."
And
don't even know.
congratulations in order, Kourtney, because I believe you just completed the quest of stadium chasing, right? You
I
hit
did.
all 30 of them. So this is for both of you. Kourtney, what is your favorite stadium? And Justin, have you now played in all stadiums, or are you missing any?
Yeah, I've got 31 actually.
Your last was White Sox, I think, a few years ago.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have 33 if you count Mexico and Australia. So,
Yeah.
and then old Atlanta and new Atlanta. So, I
Dang.
just missed old Yankee Stadium and Shea by a year. I debuted in September
Minnesota,
2009.
right?
So
Minnesota.
I played in the Dome in Minnesota in college. I didn't play there in pro ball, so I don't know if you want to count that. I don't think it counts.
Awesome.
He's been everywhere.
But yeah, she hit all 30 in Kansas City. What's your favorite?
Favorite? That's hard. I find something to like about all of them, except I struggled to find something I liked about Oakland. No offense there, and it's just I don't know. The concourse was so tiny, and this lady picked a fight with me in line to get tickets, and I just don't have any fun. The drums are just nonstop, but that was probably the only one.
I hope they go to Vegas.
That I mean, met me with a good time. I don't know. I feel like San Diego is always a good one food wise, and just we like going there. I love a walkable city, but I don't know. I love going to both stadiums in Chicago because I'm from Indiana. I think New York is always fun. Miami, even though they're kind of toned it down, I feel like it used to be a little more of a party there. I don't know. I can find something I love about all of them. Milwaukee's great. Pittsburgh.
There it is. Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's my number one.
I love walking to the stadium. I don't know. There's something about just being able to stroll on over, and I don't know.
Although this year in Pittsburgh, we were really disappointed because, one of the highlights is the backdrop and the Clemente Bridge in center.
Yeah.
And this year the whole bridge was tarps because they were cleaning it, and it was just a huge eyesore.
Yeah.
I told everyone, oh yeah, go to Pittsburgh. It's gonna be great. Like backdrop. And then we just got like a big circus tent in center field.
It was like they were doing termites for the bridge.
So let me ask you guys a design question. I'm 17, so that's why I'm like, congratulations, I got 17 down. But I started noticing, I feel like a lot of them were copying Camden Yards. Like when I go in there, after a while, I'm like, some of these stadiums are all starting to look the same to me, except for the ones that are, like, of course, the older ones like Fenway and Wrigley are great, and the design. I know I'm going to piss off Babyface, I'm going to piss off everyone, but look, that stadium up with the hated ones, up against the Bay, Giant Stadium, that's a beautiful stadium. I mean, say what you will. I mean, that's a beautiful stadium.
For one of your senses, just for the eyes. Everything else is beautiful.
Smell of garlic fries. It's like a hostile environment there, and it got worse. I feel like this season after the playoffs last year. I don't know. It's tough. Like even walking the concourse, if you wear anything Dodgers, like people are just like throwing a shoulder into you. It's like, okay, hi.
So it's really.
Yeah, there were guys cussing at me and my sister walking. And I'm like, we're just here to watch the game. Like, I'm like, the game hasn't started. Are you drunk already? Like, what's going on?
It was bad.
The food in the Bay Area is not that great. And that's my opinion.
Yeah.
We went searching for food, and I was kind of like,
But I feel like Dodger fans take over every stadium. Like, I feel like every time you guys are on the road, all I see is blue everywhere. I tell these guys all the time, if it's not for the Dodgers, Major League Baseball's attendance would be in the crapper.
Yeah, we lead attendance every year at home and on the road. So the Dodger faithful are everywhere. We travel well. We feel the support. We feel the love. And it's pretty amazing. And it's cool getting to have guys come over from other teams like, Joey Gallo and Hanser's first year with the Dodgers, and like getting to talk with those guys about like just how different it is. And I mean, Joey was with the Yankees, and obviously everyone made a big deal about his experience there, and the Yankees travel pretty well, but just the love and support that we get everywhere is, I think it doesn't go unnoticed by the players.
I always joke that if you're in the bathroom at a road game where the Dodgers are there and you hear the eruption of cheers, you used to assume the other team just hit a home run. And then now you have to check, and it's most likely the Dodgers hit a home run, especially San Diego It's always like the stadium just goes crazy. You're like, oh, Dodgers hit a home run. Okay, cool.
Love it.
Well, I know we got to set you guys loose. If I will be joining the Turner Trot from an airplane because I will be traveling that day. But
I think you're gonna win.
that's, right? Like that's the only way. I gotta cheat.
There we go.
JustinTurnerFoundation.com/5K or TurnerTrot.com. Go there, sign up, do what we're all gonna do, register, and for 2/3 of us that are gonna be there in person, go and do the damn thing because that is kind of wild that they're closing Sunset Boulevard for your event, especially for charity. That's the other insane thing. Congratulations to you guys because that's not an easy thing to do, especially for permitting.
Yeah.
Thank you. And also, if anyone wants to fundraise too, there's some good fundraising packages on there.
Yeah, check out All Things Turner, JustinTurnerFoundation.com. I am having a hard time seeing that because I don't have my glasses on, so I apologize.
TurnerTrot.com. It's all there.
Yeah, TurnerTrot.com is the easy one. It'll take you directly to it.
But thank you guys for joining us. Thank the dogs too, for them pulling up the
So cute.
the fact that your min pin is much more chill than my min pin is.
I know what that means. That means one more. So.
Oh, there we go. And what's the dog's name again? I'm sorry.
That's
Moonshine.
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 Moonshine has its own page.
Yeah.
Moonshine is a lot more tame than my min pin. My min pin would be assaulting me for food right now. So that's
No, she's obsessed with his beard. It's like she's trying to find him.
another home wrecker.
Yeah, exactly.
That's his girl for sure.
Well, thank you guys again for joining us. We really appreciate you guys stopping by, and let's do it again.
Yes,
All right,
thank
awesome.
you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.